Hello, Greer. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Thank
I
you
am
so much for inviting me here.
I am so happy we got to connect after so many years meeting in New York and
Yes.
really just bringing it full circle right now at the end of 2021 and all the kind of feeling this intuitive guidance that 2022 is going to be a really spectacular, magical, and connected year. This is the reason why I invited you, because to
Yeah.
me, you bring such a beautiful harmony and knowledge, wisdom about numerology intuitively that I really enjoy, and how you bring it all together, how you bring the frequencies of the numbers
Yeah.
and the letters and making it in a way understandable, not only to
Mhm.
my mind,
Right.
but to my heart. It just feels right.
Mhm.
And I wanted to share with you what you did for me when I did my reading with you back in 2017 after I was coming out of my health recuperation.
Mhm.
And what we came up with after the reading was this beautiful affirmation that you asked me to repeat 28 days. And it's, I am pure joy and intuitive spark, expanding freely and harmoniously. This was in the year 8. And
So
it just felt
beautiful.
so right. It was all about empowerment. And
Yeah.
this is how I feel right now through the years. And of course,
Mhm.
in between COVID, my spirit really wants to come out and
Mhm.
express and share,
Yeah.
and no more ways to do it right now, but with you. And the reason why we're here, right? 2021.
Yeah.
So you want to share
Absolutely.
about that right now?
Yeah, sure. It's interesting you say that because I think this time of the pandemic has really well, we have a choice. We could continue to hide, or we can get out there, and it's about doing it in a different way. It's a brand new world,
It's a
seriously.
brand new
And
world.
how are we going to push through it and not feel the dread of it, but how are we going to enjoy how to do it differently? Yeah.
Yes.
So before we get into each year, I just wanted to explain numerology just in a, brief. So the numbers, it's kind of like an esoteric science. So the numbers have an energy. And when you think of the number 1, it's one person, it's the ego, it's connecting, leading the way. And you're alone, but you're leading the way. You're having ideas. You are just being by yourself and taking action. Okay, that's what the 1 is. So then the 2 is 2 people. Suddenly you have to look at each other. You have to be concerned about the other. It's about love. It's about relationships. So it really kind of energetically makes sense. So before we go into 2022, let's step back to 2021. Okay, because we all know it, we're living in it, right?
Yes, still one more month.
So 2021, it adds up to a 5. Okay. Now, the year before that, it was a 4, which was steadfast, which was organized, which was just not moving. Okay. Pandemic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
And then this year, because we're still in 2021, it becomes the fire, becomes the 5, which is all about energy. It's all about being out there, and kind of a struggle with this pandemic. But I found for me that I was stepping out more, and we had to learn a different way. We had to learn a way of communicating, through Zoom and
all the
whatever,
virtual apps. Yeah.
Apps, internet. So, but the 5 was like, boom, energy. And what happened at the very beginning was January 6th, chaos, because the energy was too much, the fire, boom,
Yeah.
chaos. And then later on, we had very important movements like Black Lives Matter. You know, these were energetic movements that pushed all of us into a realization.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we move into 2-2-2-0-2-2.
Right.
3 twos. This will not ever happen in our lifetime again. Okay.
Good
So, and so like when a number, like when a number is the same, like 22, it's called a master number because it's double the power of that number, of the energy of that number. So this is triple the power. Yeah. So it is very dynamic.
And what do you think of the 0 in between? Isn't that augmenting the
good
potential?
Good point. The 0 is about stepping into the unknown. You know, it's all about potential. It's what you don't see, but it's all about possibilities. It's all about birth, you know. So yeah, that's a good point. So 3-2. So 2 is all about relationships. It's relationships of all kinds, like love relationships with your family, with your business, even with how you do things. It's the relationship, it's duality, you know. It's like we have this way and we have this way. What are we going to do? And that's with partners as well. You can fight, or you can choose to listen.
Right.
So this is like a very strong energy and opportunity to come from that, to come from looking in each other's eyes and seeing who we are, as
with more
compared
compassion.
to fighting. This is what I think, you know?
Yeah, with more compassion.
It's all about compassion. And talking about compassion, what we do is when we look at the global year, so that's adding all the numbers together.
Okay.
So 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6.
Correct.
And 6, actually, these numbers really work well together because the 6 is the heart. The 6 is family and community. The 6 is connecting in a group to achieve something, you know. And with the 2s and the 6s, we have such a possibility to really connect, not just with your family, but connect to the earth, connect to the environment, connect to beliefs that you think are worthy of connecting to, you know, making change.
Standing up for what you believe.
Exactly. However, it's not even however, and it's not with a fight. It's with discussion. It's with love. Like, let's look at the other picture. You know, let's come together and brainstorm on what we can do, rather than this is what I want you to do. It can be something very easy. Like, I get the feeling for you that it would be something natural. But
why do you say that? Why do you say that?
I see you as such a connector of people and such a support system and growing a community. You know, that's all 6.
Thank you. Yes, and like learning from you, I understand that I am basically following the universal number with the personal year. And can you touch upon that so our audience can understand how this works?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like a scientific formula. When you add a 9 to anything, it cancels itself out. Okay. So you were born April 5th, which adds to a 9. So when you, what's called your personal year, like your personal theme during this year of the 6 and the 3 2s. So when you add all the numbers, it reduces to a 9. Okay.
Correct.
4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 reduces to a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
I mean, the 6, you mean 4, 9?
Yeah, that's what I meant. So like with or 9, 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is a 6,
Yeah.
or reduces to a 6. So you will always be in the global year. It's like a double whammy. You're gonna, feel it, and you feel it every year, right?
Yes.
It's like, whoa.
It definitely is. It makes me even more mindful. Like I really pay attention to how I'm going to engage in my daily life. Like my go-to is meditation, even if it's just 10 minutes, just really ground that in, because it just feels I feel a lot, right? I tend to, and this is the reason why I do my Feng Shui work, because it's very intuitive. So the more of this energy, if I don't know how to draw boundaries, I could really get into it. Whether in a very positive way or in a very negative way, I'd rather be in a place of neutrality where I can just flow through the day, right? Not really engage in all these other matters, just really stay focused and centered.
Right.
It's very
and
important.
This year is going to give you the opportunity to grow, cause community, connect with others. It might be a time when you start on yet another center or another idea of what you're going to do. But it's always involving people, which is you, but it's also the 6,
Right.
and the 2. And it's just, everything you said is a 6 year, and everyone has their own personal year based on your month and your day of year.
So that's basically what the uniqueness is about, because it's going to be different for everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the other piece that's different, it's not like everyone, just like when you look at astrology, every Aries is not the same. So when you look at the numbers and so you look at 2022, the 3 2s and the 6, all about love and connection and relationship, and how are you going to be that? Okay, so we look at what we call the shadow or the lesson. So the lesson is, you explained it, the lesson of the 6 is to make a choice. Am I going to do this by myself and lead and be controlling? Or am I going to connect with others and get help? That the shadow is our lesson. So it's not like a bad thing. It's just a way of just checking on yourself. What am I doing? And also, like when you're feeling unhappy, you might want to check on if you are accomplishing that personal year of the 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are there any fun tidbits about 2022, globally speaking, that you may want to share with us? Because for me,
what did you say?
Some fun tidbits.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay. Well, for one thing, it's going to be so much lighter. Like from the fire of the 5 to the sweet energy of the 2s and the 6s. And I think people can enjoy each other more. And I would recommend, depending on how you feel about COVID, you can wear a mask, you can get your vaccine, whatever, but it will be really good to get out there with your family, your friends. I mean, I have noticed in the last couple of years that a lot of people are getting married.
It's beautiful.
And, yeah. And like my niece not only got married, but she had a baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So these kinds of things can happen, well, happened in the 5-year, which was the energy of moving forward rather than waiting and waiting, 5 years to get married. It was like the energy of that. But in the 6th year, it's going to be calmer. That's what I predict. And if it's not karma, we're dealing with the lessons, we're dealing with the shadow, politically, it's very possible. And that what we can do is form our own acknowledgement and work with groups or work with each other through conversation, through spirituality, through meditation, to calm down the shadow.
Yeah. This is a wonderful way to start, Greer, because I am so looking forward to next year. The reason why is I'm really coming out of the woodworks. I'm really feeling the essence or a surge of gentle energy for me to step out more. And this actually came about from a trip that we took this past September to the south of France. My sister Carla, my wonderful friend Adora, and I were swimming in the Mediterranean Sea. Wow. We felt like mermaids in there. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, why don't we just come up with a nice retreat where we can actually really share our wisdom, our love, and how we support each other throughout life. I've been a friend with Adora for over 20 years. My sister and I have come through and healed a lot of very, very difficult health situations. And now we're here really blessed with with good health and coming together to form a retreat to inspire the divine feminine within, to really come into your quintessence and thrive. That to me just speaks volumes. And 2022 just feels so good to do that, especially in the fall when the energies are kind of coming down again. It's really, really great. But I wanted to point out a little something when it comes to Feng Shui. Next year is going to be the year of the tiger, the water tiger. And I like that because one, the tiger loves to swim. Water is more of the harmonious and the flowing type of element. Is the one that there's just a lot of creativity and flow that goes with a lot of emotions as well. But the tiger likes to roar, right? And so this to me, and the water, right? The water is all about just leading, going into your life journey and all that. So to me, it just really speaks to me
too.
That it's time. If you really want to say something, if you really want to share something, next year is going to be a really good time to get that book going, to get a poem, to write music, to sing, even if it's just to yourself, to really express that part of you, because the tiger is dynamic. There's a lot of force. There's a lot of, just feeling this power, right? I think it's just really great how these two come together. And I think the energies of the 2s and the 3s are really going to help that tiger be more harmonious, more gentle,
harmonious and less chaotic.
Yeah.
Move its energy and help its energy to move you out there in like your gatherings and everything. It's going to help you not be stagnant.
Yes.
And you know what? The 6 reminds me of a smile.
Oh, I love that.
It's just like just enjoying life.
I love that, Greer.
Yeah. And the energy of the tiger, how in the water. I love that energy. I love that energy because it's not too much, but it's like that gentle strength.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So can you please let our audience know how we can find you, Greer, how we can, I really love for people to understand numerology, and working with you has really been proven so beneficial. I use numerology in my Feng Shui practice. There's no way about it. The energy, the frequencies of your house, the frequency numbers of your building, everything tells a story. And I really like how when it comes together, the energy of your home or your space
Mhm.
comes in with your own destiny
Absolutely.
number or your life path number. It's
Right.
just magic what happens from there. So
Mhm.
can you let us know how to find you?
Yeah, and also you learn the lessons that your house is there to teach you, which is also
Right.
important.
Very important.
Well, I am, my website is www.numerology for your soul, and that's the number 4, your soul. And my email is greerdjonas@gmail.com. Okay, so that's
Excellent.
Greer, D as in Denise, Jonas@gmail.com. Okay.
Thank you.
And I also have an art website because I'm also an artist.
I can see
And
that.
as simple to remember, it's greerjonas.com.
I love it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that painting? Because to me, it's just feels so right. We're beginning, a new path. It
Yeah.
just feels so good.
Yeah. Let me stand up so you can see it.
Yeah. What's the title?
The Path, the Autumn Path. That's the title. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I just felt this energy coming through me, and I saw this beautiful scene, and I just love the colors, and I love the concept of the path, like where are you going next, and the energy of the oranges and the greens. It just felt like just very energetic. It's one of my favorite
Inviting.
paintings.
It's
Yeah.
inviting.
Yeah, it is. It
There's
definitely
a
is.
sense of wonder, and that's how I feel. There's this innate sense of wonder, and somehow I feel that there's no really need to rush, even though everything is like, oh, it's the end of the year, so many things to do. But honestly, there's a gentleness about it, and I'm just so happy to share that here with you, because this is the road, probably not the one that is taking the most, right? And we're just learning to really listen to our hearts, and I think that's the lesson for next year too. Really listening to our hearts, really listening to those who are surrounding us, especially those who we share spaces with, because it's so important to me. The reason why I practice Feng Shui is because it's all about health. And why not treat your heart, right? It's becoming that it's your new foundation center.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let that
one
be in
other thing I
harmony.
was going to tell you is that I do readings. I do numerology readings, like you described. I do not only readings on your name and your destiny, but also if you want to change your business name. I do baby name readings. There's a lot of things, and it's very insightful and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And the other thing I'm doing on January 22nd, 2022.
Yes.
I did that on purpose. I'm doing a personal year class. It's a 90-minute class, and it's all about what we were talking before, like we are in those 2s and the 6s, but how is it going to affect you based on your birthday? So we really look at the personal year, and we're going to look at strategies of how to work with it so that you can move forward.
I love it.
Very interesting.
I'll be there. Definitely.
Great.
It's so great to be here with you, Greer. Thank you so
here.
much for allowing us to come together and really share our passions and just really assisting, being a source of good information from the heart to those who are listening.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this.
You're welcome, Greer. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Many blessings.
Blessings.